Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday and it is our weekly leaders call. And tonight we have the beautiful Gemma Taylor training on her subject called the Shit Sheild. So I think we're all very, very excited to hear what Gemma means by that and how we can add that into our life. So without further ado, I will let Gemma take it away.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all for joining me on my training. I'm just going to go onto some screens there.
Love the screensaver.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, let me share the file. Taylor, what's wrong? Right, so a little bit about my Shit Sheild training. I first heard the term Shit Sheild when I actually attended a support group meeting, which was a support group for people who've been affected by relationships that have been involved with alcoholism.
What the hell is he doing?
The leader that held the support group basically said that when times get tough and when people say negative things to you and try and manipulate you by making you believe things that they're saying about you, it's time that you need to get your shit shield on and get your blinkers on and just try and focus on yourself and your own feelings and basically not get absorbed into the negativity. A healthy mindset is essential really for you to be able to have a fun, healthy and fulfilling life, and basically just to be able to enjoy everything that life has to offer, because obviously if you're walking around with a big grey cloud over your head, you miss out on so many nice things that are going on around you. So here is my training. So I've got a little picture at the bottom to put your positive pants on and just focus on your own happiness. Taylor, what? All right, go to bed, please. Go to bed, please. Classic, isn't it? Okay, so what is a shit shield? So on the right, we have a classic lady example with all this stuff that's going on in the head, which creates like a foggy feeling in the head. So a shit shield basically is finding and using effective strategies to protect your mind and well-being from the shit that gets thrown at you on a daily basis from many different sources like family, people who you meet, Facebook, the media, your relationships, etc.
Gemma, do you need a minute or not?
Probably.
You go and do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Bless her. I know exactly what it's like.
That's the best thing about this business. We can pause for kids.
Oh, hello, Fiona. Happy birthday.
Hello. Thank you.
How's your birthday been so far?
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm very massively overwhelmed with the amount of incredible people I have in my life. I'm feeling very, very lucky, very blessed.
What did the girls get for your birthday?
Oh, the girls and Matt got me this beautiful necklace,
Oh.
which matches the watch that they got me last Christmas. So I want it for you. I got spoiled rotten. Thank you, by the way, for throwing me a surprise birthday meal.
I loved how surprised you were.
Oh, I really was. And the pina colada cake went down really well with me and my sister today. So thank you.
You're very, very welcome.
Mum said to me, Fiona, you didn't get anything from Arbonne for your birthday. No one got you anything from Arbonne. And I was like, oh, yeah.
So, all right, Gemma, I don't know why I'm apologising. I'm like, sorry, Gemma, you're back. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
If you need to go again, don't, you obviously do. What's going on there is more important than us guys sat on the sofa watching you.
So a shit shield So basically, I think it's finding and using effective strategies to help protect your mind and well-being from the shit that gets thrown at you on a daily basis from many different sources like family, people you meet, Facebook, the media, your relationship, etc. The environment around us constantly affects our thoughts, which in turn affects our feelings and our behaviour, which sometimes can result in a physical reaction. Each one interacts with the other and can change in one area, and a change in one area can impact on the others. So obviously with Arbonne, we deal with people on a daily basis. We deal with negativity towards Arbonne frequently, whether that's something you see somebody post on Facebook, like the what was it, Ardon thing, and so it's just kind of making you be able to control what you see without getting too upset by things and just letting those negative thoughts pass you by. So I'm going to do a little exercise, and I actually learnt this exercise on a training course that we did at work. It was a little workshop, and this is just to make you aware of how powerful your mind is and how it can play tricks on you. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just take a moment. I'd like you to close your eyes, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think about somebody that you really dislike, somebody that you hate. And when you're thinking about that person, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think about the thoughts that you have about that person, and how is that making you feel? How are those thoughts making you want to behave about that person? Are they making you want to hit them? Are they making you want to strangle them? Do they make you feel afraid? So whilst you're thinking of that person that you really dislike, what kind of physical reaction is happening on your body? Do you feel like your heart's starting to race? Do you feel like your chest is tightening? Do you feel sick? So whilst you've still got your eyes closed, what I'd like you to do is to try and stop thinking about that person that you really dislike, and I'd like you to start thinking about somebody who is really special in your life, somebody that you love.
I just instantly relaxed. That's really strange. My whole body instantly just like relaxed in that moment.
So how are the thoughts about that person making you feel? Do you feel happy? Do you feel warm and fuzzy inside? How are those thoughts making you want to behave? And what kind of physical reaction is that having on your body? How did everybody find that? Did you notice a difference? Did you find it hard to switch from one to the other?
I found it really easy to switch. I found it hard to think of someone that I dislike in the first place. Then when I found someone, then as soon as you said to switch to someone that we do like Danny said, I could just completely relax. It was like a relief. You need to get away from that feeling.
A trait of an optimistic person, though, they're quite easy to think of more positive things. But somebody who is who kind of dwells a lot on negativity and will really like zone in on the negative feelings, and they find it hard to be able to blank that out whilst they're trying to think of something positive. So, but with time, you're able to train your brain to be able to switch those feelings. But again, that person who you were thinking about might not have been near you, and again, nothing was happening to you. It was all in your mind. So all those physical things you were feeling on your body is all down to the brain. Hang on a minute. What, Taylor? What? Hang on a minute.
Did anyone else find that exercise really interesting? Becca, I'm sure you've got something to say.
Me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I said, was anyone else thinking of their mother-in-law?
Well, mine's on the call now, so definitely was not from me.
as well, or else I live.
There isn't many people that I actually really dislike, but I started thinking about someone that I don't actually dislike, but that was really mean to me. And I just kept thinking, like, oh, you're so mean. Like, why are you so mean? I felt my body tense up. And then the person that I really liked, I started thinking about Ivana. And I just literally, like, melted. It was so weird.
Did your heart start to race?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
We're all agreeing that was a really good exercise.
Yeah. Really good.
Okay, so when the shit hits the fan, so we learned this method again at work because we deal with some challenging situations in the hospital with the children and the families. We use a method called stop. So basically, when you feel like you're getting caught up in the moment, you feel like things in overdrive and you're starting to get those reactions going on, you can use a stop method. So the first one is to only just stop, just take a breath, take a breather, observe what it is that you're thinking, what you're reacting to, what are you feeling in your body, and then try and pull back, put in some perspective, try and see the bigger picture. Is it a fact or is it opinion? Sometimes try and see it how it's it just spirals out of control, so you lose a lot of perspective on things. So an outsider looking in might not see that the situation's as bad as what it actually is. And then practice what works. So some people just go and take a time out, go and have a cup of tea, go and sit down, go take a walk, go and hit some pillows, punch a punch bag, depending on how bad it is. Everybody's different. It's all about just being in tune again with yourself, about taking note of the reactions that are happening in your body. If you're feeling like breathless or if your chest's getting tight, it's just actually being able to recognize those things rather than just ignoring it. Is it fact or opinion? Is it helpful or unhelpful thinking? Now, unhelpful thinking
Gemma, I think you keep freezing. Oh, is she gone? Oh no, she's there.
I'm back.
Oh, I think you froze on that last slide. It was really interesting as well when you said about taking a moment to have a breather, because I was just thinking when I had my first daughter, Farah, and she used to cry all the time, I used to have to take a step away from her crying and like leave her for a few minutes to have a deep breath to go back and sort her out, because yeah, you're right, you do have to take a step away from the situation sometimes.
Yeah.
This is brilliant training, Gemma.
Sorry, I'm not very, I'm a bit of a... Oh yeah, so try not to try and be a mind reader, because again, it doesn't rationalise your thoughts. You're too busy trying to think of what somebody else is, when really what's important is what's going on in there and not in somebody else's, because you have no control over that. Negative filter, are you thinking the worst? What's going to happen? Again, pulling back, putting some perspective, try and see the situation as an outside observer is another way of looking at the situation. What meaning are you giving to the event for you to react in that way? Is it in proportion to the actual event? So practice what works. Again, it's just all about playing about with things. This isn't like a quick fix. It does take a lot of time, a lot of work to actually retrain your brain to be more aware of what's going on with my thoughts and how to deal with them. Another tool, what I find is really effective, is to write down some values and principles for yourself, because basically what that'll do is that'll help that'll help when it comes to, if somebody's being I don't know, if I'm put in a situation, somebody's calling me selfish or I'm unhelpful. Obviously those are hurtful words, and you don't want to be thinking, oh, am I really selfish? Am I really this? You don't want to question it. So what's here is just like a little value and principle circle. So I've written the word I am in the middle, and all the words that are around it are all the things that I think I am, but also all the things that I would like to be. So honest, strong, empathetic, unselfish, loving, helpful. So always remember, what somebody thinks about you typically has nothing to do with you. It's usually a reflection on them. People's opinions on you are based on nothing but their perception of themselves and their own insecurities. Anything that is going on with them has nothing to do with you. They've decided to feel a certain way, and you have no control over what other people think and what people decide to do. Always believe in what you are and who you are. If you believe in who you are, you will become what you believe. So if you do believe that you are in your values and your principles, then you'll become more of that. So when somebody is trying to pull you down and be negative, it's quite weird. Your brain automatically goes into an autopilot mode, and it starts telling you like, no, you know, you're not selfish, you're not a liar, you're not untrustworthy, you're not, rather than, if you're feeling a bit sensitive, then you just start believing the negative. I like this little quote. Other people's opinion of you don't have to become your reality. Those who follow the crowd usually get lost in there. I don't know the key to success, but one key to failure is to please everyone. Why waste time thinking about what others will tell you? Instead, do what makes you happy. So, action points to create a strong shit shield. Little animation. So again, the stop method: stop, take a breath, observe, and perspective. So we often got told to think of our thoughts as lots of traffic. So you imagine yourself sitting on a bench next to a busy road, and you just sat there and just watching all the cars pass by really, really fast, and all the cars are your thoughts and your feelings. So, you know, your mind must go through thousands of different thoughts every day. Sometimes the rate that the thoughts are coming past make us feel a bit uneasy, make us feel a bit anxious, make us feel a bit stressed. So what we try and do is we'll try and stop them, which doesn't work, or we'll try and chase after them, which again doesn't work. So what you kind of need to do is just be aware of your thoughts, and just take a moment to just stop. I mean, you will get distracted, you will try and chase the cars, the thoughts and the feelings, but as long as you remember to just focus and come back and sit on the bench for a little while just to take some time out, and then it just helps the process a bit better. So there's some other ways to help build a strong shit shield, which will help to nourish and grow a healthy, happy mindset. So I'll give you a few things that I do quite regularly. One is spend the time alone outside with no technology. What I'll do is I'll go out with the dog, I'll leave my phone at home. I don't want anybody to contact me for about half an hour. I'll go for a walk and just take note of the sky, the grass, or I'll go on the beach and I'll just listen to the sea and just little details around the sounds, the birds, the trees. I find that really calming. Deliberately create situations that make you happy, and always remember that you deserve it. Never ever feel guilty for going to take time out for yourself. It's absolutely essential, even if it's just half an hour. Which is one thing that I have found hard. because I obviously want to put a lot of time into my R1 business. But obviously I work 4 days a week as well. So I found that I wasn't really taking time to enjoy things. So then I'm not putting myself in that happy mindset. I'm just on autopilot all the time, which isn't great. Make a vision board or screensaver with pictures, quotes that fill you with joy, and you look at it throughout the day. Meditation, that's another thing that I found really, really helps. It expands our capacity to experience happiness. If you say try and do 20 minutes every day if you can, but even 5 minutes is beneficial. I've been using an app called Headspace, which is free, and you get 10 free slots for 10 minutes every day, and it's really, really good. Celebrate every success. So even if it's just a small one, so if you're having a bit of a rough time, just celebrate the fact you've even got out of bed and, I don't know, put some makeup on or took the kids out, or you've not shouted, or you've not cried for 10 minutes, or every little step's a positive one. Make a list of everything that makes you happy and do at least one of those things a day. Cuddles, physical contact is proven, scientifically proven to reduce blood pressure and stress. So I'll often go and cuddle the dog or Taylor. Be silly. I always like doing this. I'll put on some Disney songs and just go mental in the house with Taylor for about 5 minutes. Singing, dancing, whatever, something to lift your mood. Nurture yourself and make sure that you're well rested. So again, eating right, making sure you have a good night's sleep, drinking water. Start a gratitude journal if you haven't already. That helps, particularly at night time before you go to bed. It helps you go to bed on a positive note rather than dwelling on everything that's gone wrong in the day. It just helps you makes you more appreciative of the things that are positive in your life.
Gemma, can I add something to that last page?
Yeah.
It's about the meditation. So you know how, like, when us lot, we understand network marketing, and sometimes we try and explain network marketing to somebody else and they have a completely opposite perception of what it is, but we know what it is. Well, I had a really a different perception of meditation. I really thought meditation was something that it isn't. And when I was doing, like, reading some books and doing a bit of personal development, it kept coming up saying about, you need to do meditation. And I was really like, oh my God, like, no way am I going to be sat in the middle of the floor in that position humming. No way am I going to do that. So I thought, do you know what? I really, really want to be a national vice president. And if I've got to do this flaming meditation thing, I'm gonna give it a go. So I downloaded the Headspace app that Gemma just mentioned. And actually, it was nothing like what I thought it was. So basically, I do it every morning now. I come downstairs and I don't sit in that position on the carpet like I thought it was like. I just sit at the dining room table. And because it's quite cold, it's winter, I have a blanket around me. And I just relax and I put on this app, and it's a 10-minute app, like Gemma said. And all it does, it helps you clear your mind and clear your thoughts. And it is incredible. And honestly, if anybody hasn't tried meditating and they're a bit like me thinking, oh, that's not for me, it's definitely not my thing, I 100% understand, because that's what I thought. But it isn't. It is really, really good. And it's actually my favourite part of the day. And I get up an hour early every single morning so I can fit that in on my gratitude list, and I do like a bit of a miracle morning. So I don't know what anyone else's experience of meditation is, but I can massively recommend it from a person that was very anti-meditation.
I teach it.
So what was your opinion when you were first introduced to it, Kelly? Were you quite open-minded?
No, I thought people were nuts. I honestly did. I thought it's one of those yoga, bean eating, grass eating stuff. But I'm one of those now. That's me. I do it and I teach it. But yeah, when I first found out about it, I thought, oh, meditation, it's something that vegetarians do. That's kind of what I thought. But totally not now. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love meditating. It is such an amazing mind clearer. It really is. It's great. It's really good.
Yeah,
totally.
Agree.
I think this is the last one. So this is just a bit of food for thought, and it's called 2 days. So there are 2 days in every week about which we should not worry. 2 days which should be kept from fear and apprehension. One of those days is yesterday, with its mistakes and cares, its faults and blunders, its aches and pains. Yesterday has passed, forever beyond our control. All the money in the world cannot bring back yesterday. We cannot undo a single act we performed. We cannot erase a single word we said. Yesterday is gone beyond recall. Do I still worry about what happened yesterday? The other day we should not worry about is tomorrow, with its possible adversities, its failings, its large promise, and perhaps poor performance. Tomorrow is also beyond our immediate control. Tomorrow's sun will rise, either in splendour or behind a mask of clouds, but it will rise. Until it does, we have no stake in tomorrow, but as yet unborn. Do I still worry much about tomorrow? This leaves only one day, today. Anyone can fight the battles of this one day. It is only when you add the burden of those two awful eternities, yesterday and tomorrow, that we break down. It is not the experience of today that drives us mad. It is the remorse or bitterness for something which happened yesterday, or the dread of what tomorrow may bring. Let us therefore do our best to live one day at a time, and living one day at a time.
That was fantastic.
Sorry for the interruption.
Do people want to add anything to that? Becca, do you want to say anything about that? Hang on, let me unmute you. Wait. Go on.
Sorry, do I want to do what? Say anything about it?
Yeah, do you want to add anything?
No, I've just, I was still thinking about that last slide. I thought that was really, really good. I want to take a copy of that. Because I think we waste so much of today worrying about tomorrow when regretting what we didn't achieve the day before. I could relate to that completely, and I think lots of us could. So I think that one slide at the end was just fantastic. Thank you, Gemma. That was all really useful. Brilliant.
That's very good. Ruth, did you want to add anything?
What was the meditation that was in there?
What was that?
What was the meditation app?
Called Headspace.
Sorry?
Called Headspace.
Headspace, yeah, I think I'll find that really useful. Thank you.
It is really good.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the bloke, the chap chatting on it is just really calm and soothing. But don't sit on the settee and do it, because whenever I do it, I fall asleep.
Right, okay.
It's so relaxing. But he'll talk for a minute and then it'll all go quiet while he lets you do your thing. And you really do find yourself kind of drifting off, and then all of a sudden he'll come back again. But yeah, it's really good.
Jane,
Right, okay, brilliant.
while you're talking, were you one of those people that was like anti-meditation?
Oh, I was anti everything. My mum used to have a shelf full of self-help books on her cupboard for years and years, and I used to laugh at her, all these books. Never ever would I have read anything or done anything like this. I'm kind of into everything now. Like you, Danny, I love it. I guess you get, like you say, you get a picture in your mind of what it is. And I love yoga, absolutely love it. And I've done the bit at the end where we do the omming, and I even enjoy that. It's good. You do literally sit there with your hands and going on. It's kind of a chanty thing, but it's really good.
It's very clear.
I had to do a happy baby pose.
Is it that one?
Have you done that, Kelly?
Happy baby. Yeah, I teach it. I teach it for pregnant mummies. I teach it for babies as well.
How can you do that without laughing? A happy baby. It's grown women lying there with their legs over their heads.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It really is. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it.
Is it this
When
one?
you get far from downward dogs, you've got to worry.
When you're 9 months pregnant and you're doing downward dog, it's quite funny. Things just happen that you just can't control. You just can't control stuff at that stage.
Kelly, did you want to add anything to Gemma's training?
Firstly, I'd just like to apologise because I missed the first few minutes because I was putting Cleo to bed. But I'm hoping it's recorded, so I'm going to be able to catch up on it. The stuff I watched, Gemma, I'm absolutely in awe of you. I love that presentation. I really did. It was fantastic. So thank you so much. Are you doing like a have you got like a copy of it or something over your notes? Because I was just absolutely awe, and I was just like agreeing with everything. I've written so much down on my little notepad because it's brilliant. So thank you so much. I just love the whole shit shield thing, because we all need a shit shield, don't we? We do. We all need a shit shield. And I just think it's brilliant. Well, absolutely fantastic. You know, this is it. It's a topic that we're, you know, and it's what we can all benefit from. I just thought it's absolutely brilliant. So thank you so much, Gemma. And I love the meditation, but we know that I would anyway. So, love it.
Who else?
Thank you.
Fiona, did you want to add anything?
I was in awe. That was really good. You know, you say things on that slide, and I just think, well, I feel like that. I feel like that. I feel like that. So I really resonated with quite a lot of what you were saying. And especially, I agree with Becca, that last slide, you know, you do beat yourself up, don't you? If you don't, you have a plan of what you want to do tomorrow, what you want to do tomorrow, what you want to do tomorrow. And then when you don't achieve it, you do beat yourself up, and celebrating all the little successes and taking, you know, time to do that. I think that's important. And what you said about just leaving your phone at home and just going outside and having that sort of hour in, you know, in nature. I'm going to start doing that. Definitely.
It's great.
Brilliant. Right, I'm going to take the recording off then. So thank you so much for that, Gemma.